Welcome back to Pocket English, the place where we fit big lessons into your small breaks. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tom. Today, we have a very special episode for anyone who has ever felt nervous at a new job. You know that feeling, right? You walk into the office on your first day. You are wearing your best clothes. You are ready to work.
Exactly. You feel excited, but you also feel a little bit of fear. In our last episode, we watched a video about Mark's first day. He met the boss, he saw the office, and everything was perfect. But Tom, let's be honest, real life is not always perfect like a textbook.
That is so true. In real life, people speak fast. They use slang, they mumble, and on your first day, this can be terrifying. Imagine this situation. Your new boss comes to your desk. He is holding a file. He looks busy. He starts giving you instructions very quickly. He says, "Hi, I need this report collated and on my desk by 3, but check with marketing first about the new logo, okay?"
Whoa, that was fast. If you are an English learner, maybe you only understood the words report and marketing. You didn't catch the time, and you didn't catch the specific action. So, Tom, what do most people do in this situation?
I know exactly what they do because I have done it myself in other languages. They do the nervous nod. They smile, they nod their head up and down, and they say, "Yes, okay, sure, no problem."
The nervous nod. It seems polite, doesn't it? You want the boss to like you. You want to seem competent. You don't want to be the difficult new person who asks too many questions. So you just nod and hope you can figure it out later.
But Sarah, this is a trap. It is a very dangerous trap. If you nod, you are making a promise. You are telling your boss, "I understand everything and I will do it perfectly." If you walk away and then make a mistake because you didn't understand, that is much worse than asking a question.
That is the most important lesson of today. Asking for clarification does not make you look stupid. It makes you look professional. It shows you care about getting the job done right. Today, we are going to teach you 3 specific techniques to stop nodding and start understanding. These are phrases you can keep in your pocket for your first day.
I love this. Let's start with the first situation. The boss is simply speaking too fast. You understand the words, but the speed is too high. You need to slow them down. What is the best way to do this without sounding like a beginner?
We call this technique the speed bump. You want to put a small bump in the road to slow the car down, but not stop it completely. Don't just say, "What?" or "I don't understand." That is a little too direct. Instead, try this phrase. Listen carefully. "Sorry, could you repeat that last part a bit slower?"
I like that. It's polite. Let's break it down. You start with sorry. This softens the request. Then you use could you, which is much more professional than can you. And notice you didn't ask them to repeat the whole conversation. You just asked for the last part.
Exactly. It shows you were listening, but you just missed the end. Let's try another variation of the speed bump. You can say, "I want to make sure I got all of that. Could you say it one more time?"
That is a great psychological trick. You are framing it as being careful. You are saying, "I am a careful worker, so I need to hear it again." That makes you look good.
Before we move to the next technique, if you are enjoying these tips, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. We create these lessons to help you feel confident in real life, not just in the classroom. If you want to speak better at work, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss our next career lesson.
Okay, Sarah, let's move to the second technique. This one is my favorite. It is for when you understood some things, but you are not 100% sure. We call this the paraphrase.
This is the pro move. This is what managers and executives do. Paraphrasing means saying the same idea back to the person using your own words. It is the best way to prove you were listening.
So, imagine the boss says, "We need to shift the deadline to Tuesday because the client is traveling." You heard Tuesday and client, but you want to be sure. Instead of saying, "Okay," what do you say?
You use the magic phrase, "just to double check." Then you repeat what you think you heard. So you would say, "Just to double check, you want the report on Tuesday, right?"
Just to double check. I love that phrase. It sounds so responsible. It signals that you are taking ownership of the task.
It also gives the boss a chance to correct you immediately. If you were wrong, the boss will say, no, no, not Tuesday, Thursday, and you just saved yourself from a huge mistake.
You can also start this sentence with, "So, what I'm hearing is."
Let's practice that structure. So, what I'm hearing is, you want the email sent today?
It forces the other person to confirm you are right. It stops the awkward silence where you are just standing there nodding.
Now, let's talk about the third situation. This one is tricky. Sometimes the speed is okay and the grammar is okay, but the boss uses one specific word that you have never heard before. Maybe they say, please put this in the cubby, and you think, what is a cubby?
Oh, that happens all the time. Offices have their own weird vocabulary. Invoice, reimbursement, stapler. If you don't know the word, you can't do the job. But you don't want to say, I don't speak English, because you do speak English. It's just one word.
Exactly. So we use the vocabulary check. Do not apologize for your English. Just isolate the word. You can say, I'm not familiar with that word. What does it mean in this context?
I'm not familiar with that word. That is excellent. It sounds very educated. You aren't saying, I don't know. You are saying, I am not familiar. It is a small difference, but it sounds much more professional.
Or simpler, sorry, I didn't catch that last word. The one before, report, could you spell that?
Asking someone to spell a word is a great way to buy yourself time. And once they spell it, you can write it down and look it up later if you need to.
So we have three tools now: the speed bump for fast talkers, the paraphrase for checking your understanding, and the vocabulary check for new words. Now, Tom, I think we should put our listeners to the test.
I agree. Let's do a simulation. I am going to play the role of the busy, stressful boss. I will give you an instruction. I want you, listening right now, to choose the best response. Don't just nod, speak out loud to your phone or computer.
Okay, Tom, set the scene.
It is 5 p.m. I am running out the door. I stop at your desk and I say this. Hey, before you head out, make sure the minutes from the morning stand-up are in the shared drive. Thanks.
Stop. That was fast. He said minutes and stand up and shared drive. If you didn't catch where to put the file, which technique should you use?
I'll give you 3 seconds to think.
You should use the paraphrase. You could say, just to double check, you want the file in the shared drive, right?
Or if I spoke too fast, you could use the speed bump. Sorry, could you say that one more time? I want to make sure I save it in the right place.
See how natural that feels? You are taking control of the conversation. You are not a victim of the language, you are a user of the language.
The goal of your first day at work is not to be perfect. The goal is to be clear. Your team will love you more if you ask questions than if you pretend to know everything and get it wrong.
Here is your challenge for today. For the next 24 hours, try to use the paraphrase technique. You can do it in English or even in your native language. When a friend or family member tells you something, don't just say, okay, say, so what I'm hearing is, and repeat it back to them.
It feels like a superpower. You will realize how often we misunderstand people. Practice it in a safe place so that when you get to the office, it happens automatically.
Thank you so much for listening to Pocket English today. We are so proud of you for working on your career and your communication skills.
Remember, every conversation is just a chance to practice. Don't be afraid to ask.
Press play, relax, and let your English grow. See you in the next episode.